and gentlemen, are you ready for another bout? Are you ready to see the ladies fight? Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, Juanita, God's Gift Shingles.
Juanita Shingles makes her way to the cage, a 1-up and 1-down record, as this is our second fight featuring two female fighters. And I tell you what, one thing that I've always noticed, the crowd really gets involved whenever the ladies are fighting.
Absolutely, you know, they always bring it. I'm excited to see what Juanita has to offer. I'm not too familiar with her. I know she comes from the academy gym, and you know, she's sporting a 1-1 record. She's taking on a very tough competitor in Maxxine Knetter. I do know for a fact that not a lot of people wanted to sign up to fight Maxxine. So, shout out to Juanita for accepting the challenge, testing herself, and I'm excited to see what she brings to the cage.
We all are. She's getting that final look over. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape and then see Maxxine.
And her opponent making her way to the blue corner, Maxxine Knetter.
The aforementioned Maxxine Knetter, sporting a perfect record of 2-0 in her young amateur career. Kind of has an air of confidence about her as she's being led to the cage with that chosen few team behind her. You know, you said a lot of people don't want to fight Maxxine Knetter. Why? What does she do that makes her so tough in the cage?
She's a very talented grappler. You know, she's nasty. She's obviously, you can see Olivia Biscow from Ironworks Training Center is in her corner. She's a training partner. Olivia is one of the top pro female athletes in the Midwest, and Olivia has told me that Maxxine gives her problems in the gym. So that goes to show you that she's a very talented athlete. Josh Sterry has said that she's in the gym consistently. She had a sliding weight scale, so she's obviously competing today at 145. She was open to fight anywhere from 135 to 150 just to get somebody to get into the cage with her. So. Wow. You can tell that she means business, and she's having a hard time getting, dance partners.
We'll see what Juanita Shingles can pose as far as a challenge to her tonight. As one more final look at the tail of the tape, Knetter and Shingles just about set to go, and then we'll head it up to the cage and Ken Bostetter.
All right, this is the 9th bout of the evening. Amateur MMA, 3 3-minute rounds, brought to you by Carbon World Health. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in at 145 pounds, holds a record of 1 victory against 1 defeat. Fighting out of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, representing the Academy, Minnesota, Juanita, God's Gift Shingles. And her opponent fighting out of the blue corner, also weighing in at 145 pounds. She holds a record of 2 victories against 0 defeats. Fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin, and representing chosen few gym, Maxxine Knetter.
Maxxine Knetter with probably the loudest ovation from the crowd so far tonight, as they seem firmly to be in her corner. And she does have also on Shingles not only a better record, but an advantage in height and reach as well. And there's something about Knetter, almost like she's got a quiet, confident smile about her all the time.
Well, I don't expect us to stay on the feet long. I think Maxxine's going to get in and look for the takedown. Shingles comes from the academy in Minnesota with Chris Chacon as her coach. Fantastic gym. He's coached guys, all the way in the UFC to glory. So one of the better gyms in the Midwest for sure. But right now, Maxxine seems content. Standing on the ground. Looks like she's got a little problem with her eye.
And she got caught, backed up with a good right hand by Shingles. I think that shocked Knetter. And then she said, I've had enough of this striking. Let's go down to the mat, where that she's very comfortable, and she's wrapped Shingles up here right in the center of the cage.
Here we go, looking for the arm triangle. She can slip that foot out, get to the other side. This could be all she wrote.
Yeah, Shingles definitely in trouble here, as Knetter, again, like you said, looking for that arm triangle, and not quite there yet, as Shingles trying to stay alive by landing a couple left hands into the right ribs of Knetter. Continuing to hammer away is Shingles, but again, in trouble with that right arm.
If she can just slip that foot out. Oh, there we go. She gives it the back now. Flattening her out. That's not a good position to be in with a minute and a half left.
Not at all, as you look at all the blood on the cage as well from previous fights. I don't think that's from right now. Maybe it is.
It is, yeah.
I think
Maxxine's got a big cut on her forehead.
She does. Wow, so Knetter seemingly in control right now, but she suffered some damage early on in this fight, absolutely, on her forehead as well. And now, big trouble here for Shingles.
Shingles doing a good job of fighting pulling the hand off the top of the head. She switched to hand to hand.
Yeah,
there it is.
There's locked in, and Shingles is going to have to tap out, and Knetter finishes Shingles off, even with the blood streaming down from Knetter. She is able to put Shingles away as she tapped out here in the first round. So a quick finish and an impressive win for Knetter, despite the blood. We'll put a wrap on this one right after this on TVW. Taking a look at the first round finish, as a good takedown there by Knetter. It already suffered some damage, and you see all the blood from it in the cage, but not enough damage to be able to finish off Shingles, who taps out as Knetter got behind her and was choking her off. So pretty impressive there by Knetter.
Yeah, I don't know where that cut came in at. I don't know where she got hit, but when she got the back there, she was sunk in the rear naked choke. And
how about a round of applause?
She was doing a great job of pulling the hand down over the head, and then Knetter wisely switched to the hand-to-hand and got the finish. So good fight IQ and exciting fight.
This is called a halt to this contest. 2 minutes, 3 seconds of the very first round. Declaring your winner by rear naked choke, Maxxine Knetter!
Knetter with the RNC victory in the first round, and let's hear from the victorious gladiator, who is now 3-0.
We're gonna look at this camera right here. Maxxine, that was a very impressive show tonight. I see you come a long way.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the fight? Tell me a little about it.
I feel pretty good. She came out. She's got really strong hands. Did my best to prepare for that. Caught a couple. She's tough as nails. That's going to happen sometimes, but yeah, just did my best.
Was it your nose where all the blood was coming from?
What was that?
Was all the blood coming from your nose?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it's all over, but that's the spirit of the game. That's the way it should be, right?
That'll happen.
Well, it was a very impressive victory. I look forward to seeing you again. Very well. Maxxine Knetter, ladies and gentlemen.
Maxxine Knetter, very soft-spoken. Sometimes it'll separate amateurs from pros as well, being able to use that microphone. So we have gotten through a lot of our prelims. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, oh my goodness, we got three straight amateur title fights coming up next on TVW.